So, yes, some people call this the end times. What I would prefer to call it is the beginning times, this golden age, the opportunity to really be a participant, an awakened participant in the transformation process. And, of course, when we look around, yeah, go ahead.
Well, so in order for us to connect to these higher vibrations, what you're saying is that teachers will come to us. If we simply ask and we want it, it will come forth to us?
Sure. Yes. Just stay alert to what you're drawn to. You'll be drawn to. You'll see an ad in a newspaper for a speaker. People tuned into this radio show today or other shows that you've offered, and they just kind of listen. They go, oh my goodness, that kind of makes sense. They'll feel this calling, this pulling, this drawing inside to go and do this. Maybe it's a movie. They'll be drawn towards attending a particular movie, and they'll have an awareness or an insight during that film. It's all around all of us. Everyone is being called to this great opportunity. I mean, we are so loved. We are so supported. We are so encouraged to take an opportunity to step forward. And of course, we can choose. I mean, it's becoming rather apparent. Those individuals that are really choosing to step forward with more love, forgiveness, compassion, understanding about quantum physics and consciousness and beliefs and the law of attraction, and really beginning to understand that. And those people who are choosing to stay more in their limited thinking or lower vibrational ways of being. And as the planet itself raises its vibration, the lower vibrations just simply won't be able to survive. They can't thrive in an environment that isn't supportive of their particular frequency. So a little bit like health needs a particular vibration to survive inside the body. So when we are in a joyful, love-filled or happy state, health is easily restored to the body and maintained. And when we move into those sad, angry, regretful, guilt kinds of states, it is difficult for our immune system to function the way it could. And so what we find is that the people who are being uplifted are becoming more joyful, more happy, more free, more spontaneous. They may also wonder if they're going crazy because they will notice that the mind is not getting the satisfaction that it used to. It's not making sense. The activities of their life don't make sense to the mind, and that's part of the growth. The mind is just in charge of the first three chakras. That's the three-dimensional world. Once we have mastered the three-dimensional world, and it's our time to move into the energetic realms, meaning understand more about divinity, then the mind's role has to step aside and the internal guidance takes over. So when internal guidance takes over, the mind has to become quiet. It has to step out of the way. We no longer listen to the logic and reason and rationalness to support the kinds of activities that we are selecting to do. It doesn't mean we're doing anything foolish. It doesn't mean we're taking a huge risk with our life and health. It just means that we are now drawn forward in new ways from a new source of guidance that doesn't have to have everything predictable and linear and sequential. It understands that we can make quantum leaps. We can take huge steps simply and easily. So it's magnificent. And it's time to do one more list. I see that
we have 4 minutes left. Okay.
Oh, wonderful. Perfect. So if everyone would just bring to mind 5 or 6 more items that you'd like to have different in your life, you can do that. And the energy will continue after the show for as long as needed to address these next group of items that you're thinking of now. So take just a moment, and we'll do that. And that's good. Okay. Perfect. And there's one more opportunity that's free that I'd like to mention that I haven't, that I have an ongoing prayer list, and I pray for people. And if you have someone in your life or yourself or your pets or anyone that you would like to have prayers said for, I personally say prayers for all of these people. And all you need to do is send go to the website, joedunning.com, and click on the prayer list, and send an email to that email address, and all that's needed is just the first name of the person. I don't need last names. I don't need what the condition is. Just first name of the person, if you know their first name. If you don't know their first name, use their last name. That's fine. And then I say prayers for that individual for a month. So that keeps them on the prayer list for a month. And so you're welcome to send those names in as well, so that we can really start assisting everyone to have the life they'd like to have. And there's no charge for it. It's free. It's just a way to help serve and assist and get things moving for everyone.
Wow. So we can even send in names of people who might not even know that we're sending it in for. I mean, will that still work?
Absolutely. Because prayer is universal. So I don't need permission to pray for someone. If I'm going to work specifically on a condition, then I need their permission. So instead, I will just pray for them. And the energy knows exactly what's needed. So just send in their name. That's it. And I will personally say prayers for those people for an entire month. And I'm delighted to do that. And send an email then and say what's happening. We get so many lovely emails of, I put out so-and-so on the prayer list and they had this wonderful change take place. So it's always nice to hear what's happening.
Great. And we are out of time, but I just want to tell everybody to go to www.JoDunning.com. Jo, thank you so much. This was absolutely fantastic. I feel absolutely wonderful.
Great. I'm just delighted. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Okay, and for everyone else, we will talk to you next week. Send those emails in to us and let us know what happened. Thank you again, Jo, and to all my beautiful, wonderful listeners, I will talk to you next week.
You have been listening to the Law of Attraction Talk Radio, hosted by Jules Johnson. For more information, go to www.lawofattractiontools.com.